Hi everybody, Laura here. So glad you're joining me today. I want to show you how I make these cute shaped cards using some of the plush dies by Simon Says Stamp. I'm starting with the plush springtime chicken, and I love a shaped card. Do you? I just think they're so fun and they're so cute. You can make a shaped card out of anything under the sun. If you have a die, you can make a shaped card. And this is a fun way because I know these plush dies are generally geared towards using felt, but I have been trying to use them in other ways other than just limiting them to felt. So you can create very fun shaped cards with these plush dies. So one thing you have to decide when you're doing a shaped card is what type of orientation. Are you going to make it a side fold or a top fold? And usually how I determine that is what part of the shape has the most substance. So for the bunny, there's just a lot more substance at the top of the head than there would be to make a hinge or a fold at the arm. That would be very flimsy. But for the chicken, there's a lot more substance at the belly, or I guess you would say the breast of the chicken. So I hang that off. That's where my fold is. And I'm going to run this through. Now I'm die cutting through two pieces here. This is a whole card I'm die cutting. So you run it through a couple times because you are cutting through two pieces. This is what you call partial die cutting, because I'm only partially die cutting the chicken. I'm not die cutting the part at the breast. That is where our hinge or our card fold is going to be. I'm trying to be all correct with my terminology here, but that's where you fold the card. Okay, and so for the bunny, the fold or the hinge is going to be on the top of the head. So you see how if I tried to make it a side fold, it would be very flimsy because there's just not enough area on the side. There's a lot more area on the top of the head. So that's one thing you got to determine when you're making a shaped card is where do you want to make the fold? What type of orientation? What have you? Okay, so here's our bunny. I'll show you how it opens. Like that. Ba-boom. We're ready to embellish. Now I'm using some scraps of pattern paper. This is a Dear Lizzie. It's an older Neapolitan one. I love pattern paper. I seriously do. I especially love all of Dear Lizzie's. I love Amy Tangerine's, Studio Calc, you name it. I love pattern paper, but I hardly ever use it. And so I have a lot of scraps and pieces, and this is a great way to use them up on your shaped cards. If you don't want to use pattern paper, you could use colored cardstock. You could even just color it with your Copic markers or whatever you want to use to, whatever medium you want to use to color it. There's just endless ways to embellish your shape cards. So now I'm just beginning to create, I believe this is called the hackles of the chicken. I Googled anatomy of a chicken because I did not know what all these parts are. I think this top part, that little scalloped part that goes on the top of the chicken is called the comb. Yes, this is going to be a very educational video. So you have the hackles, the comb, and the breast. And now I'm doing parts of the bunny, the inside of the ears. I actually just Googled bunny anatomy because I wanted to know if the inside of the ear had a name, but I couldn't find anything. So I'm assuming it's just the inner ear of the bunny. Yes, I did some pattern paper on the inner ear. So now I'm moving on to, I'm going to add some cute felt bows. I'm using the Perfect Bow Die. This is also by Simon Says Stamp, and some scraps of felt. I save every sliver of felt. It's like gold. And when you add just a little touch of felt to your projects, it's so plush. It's so yummy. It's just soft and cozy. How many adjectives can I use to describe what felt does to your projects? Yeah, but it's kind of fun to have the mixture of cardstock, pattern paper, and felt all on one. So I'm using a hot glue gun to adhere these bows. These can be a little tricky to put together, and I have found just to get out the old hot gun, plug it in, is the easiest way for me to get these boogers adhered, because when I've tried to use glue dots, I've tried to use glossy accents, fabric glue, I've tried it, you name it, I've tried it, and the glue gun seems to work the best for me. It's quickest, it's easiest, and it's also the most painful. But you know what they say, no pain, no gain, right? So you got to do what you got to do to get the beautiful cards, the beautiful shape cards. You got to add a little felt bow, and I just think they're so cute. Okay, so now we have all our pieces die cut and ready to go. We're basically just assembling this thing together. And now, like I said before, this is all the pieces I'm using here are from a Dear Lizzie Neapolitan, and I know that's an older paper pack, and but all types of paper packs that you buy, the pattern paper packs, they all have different patterns in them that coordinate so perfectly together. And that's what's great. When you use the same paper pack, you're pretty much guaranteed to get coordinating patterns. And I think it works beautifully for projects like this. Now for the beak, I just use a very soft orange colored cardstock. And for the eye, I decided to go with a googly eye. I mean, come on. Anytime you can do a googly eye, just go with it, because it's just happiness all around. And that's what it's all about, really, making people smile. And googly eyes equals making people smile. Okay, so then I adhered that felt bow right at the neck of the, or would it be, does a chicken have a neck? I don't know, but it's right there by the hackles and the breasts. And it's so precious. I just think these are so fun. Now, if you didn't want to use these as cards, they are small, but you could also tie or like thread a little twine through one of those holes and make it a tag. So that's what I do a lot of times with my little shaped cards, is I turn them into tags. And they're so adorable hanging on a gift bag, because you got that beautiful look to it, but you can also open it up and on the inside you can write something. And so now I'm just adhering my bunny together. I've got the cute little pink nose. Of course I'm going to do the googly eyes, because I mean, seriously, what is a bunny without a googly eye? And the bunny is pretty simple to put together. It's just not as many parts as the chicken. And so these two are done. So fun. You got to give a shaped card a try. These plush dies by Simon Says Stamp work beautifully with it. So dig out your dies, take a look and see what you have. You can make some shaped cards, turn them into tags, just have fun with it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.